Hello, and you know what you're watching because it says it in the title. So let's get into it!
Audio Jungle.
Right, I'm just looking at my Excel spreadsheet that I've made. It's hectic. Mad data going through that shit. Yeah. And what I've realised is, of the 24 podium positions of King of the Air from 2013 to now, 20 out of 24, only 4 of them weren't the big 6. So, really, to win King of the Air, you have to be one of them. But anyway, we'll carry on with the video, but just keep in mind this is a pointless video.
Turning up to the skipper's meeting and seeing that you're in the same heat as Aaron is enough to turn any positivity-pushing Instagram sellout into an inconsolable navel-gazer.
When board-offs became popular in 2018, it was below Aaron to be doing that shit. It was like a paedophile turning up in a playgroup or something. Everyone was like, what the fuck? No.
And it was only right that it should be Aaron who looked at the board-offs, winced a bit, and then thought, hang on, I know how we can make these not as lame as how we used to do them 10 years ago. Aaron can KGB. Aaron can Kung Fu. Aaron can probably do the weird board-off rotation things. And he comes alive under pressure. You can't say all those things about any other either in this video. But has he got a dedicated big air kite? No, he doesn't. I really think the dice's open C shape would have held Aaron back, and you can't help but wonder if the result of 2020 King of the Air might have been a bit different if he was on a dedicated height machine like the Orbit or the XR6 or something.
Kevin Langeray, 3 times. Why am I telling you that? You know he's won it 3 times. Anyway, basically no one goes higher than Kevin. Kevin's like the ultimate competitor. He did have a shocker in 2020, he kept falling over for no reason.
So rare to see Kevin hook up like that.
But other than that, he's always at the top, and he's always going higher than anyone else. It must be so annoying for everyone, because you're like, I swear I'm more technical than him, but fuck, he is about 2 or 3 meters higher. Not that he's like, he hasn't not done technical stuff, like he did a front roll he did a front roll board off Megaloop in 2019, and it was good. 2020, the sort of trick landscape was different because Kevin wasn't in it, so you didn't need to just go high. But 2021 or whenever it's going to be next, Kevin will be back, and he will probably win because he does go higher than anyone else for some reason. His one weakness though is that he doesn't have any handle passes. Kevin ain't got no Kung Fu's though, is he? No Kung Fu's, no Megaloop KGBs, no any passes at all. Yeah, he can't be asked. And that's going to hold him back. Because you know what won the King of the Air this time? Kung Fu passes. That's how Mark Jacobs knocked out Lewis Crathern. That's how Jesse won the whole bloody thing. It was just a relentless stream of mad Kung Fu's that everyone was like, what the fuck? I can't believe he's doing it that high.
I think you probably need to have some good unhooked variations, dangle passes, things like that. They seem to score very, very well with the impression score.
So pretty much the only people that can do Kung Fu's is Aaron, Lewis, Mark Jacobs, Jesse and Liam. But Jesse's is in a whole league of its own. It's like another 3 meters on the rest of those guys.
For some reason though, Jesse's handlebars just seems to have so much more risk. He's doing, twice as many spins. He then sends the kite after looping, but in control as well. It's not like he's fish-poling.
Like seeing Jesse do these huge handle passes, it's really stand out and it's really quite ballsy. Like the one he did beforehand was mega, so.
I think the Kung Fu's sit in this nice little crevice where it's like, yeah, they're not as high as the high shit, but they're a lot higher than a Megaloop KGB, and it's sort of got the gnarliness of the KGB, sort of, but it's higher. And that really tickles the judges' fancies. So I think the Kung Fu is legit for good reason and it'll probably remain so. However, We've seen the King of the Air judges go off tricks before, so maybe they will. Who knows? Again, this video is pointless, but you're still watching, good on you.
Jesse is always coming up with something completely new each year, something that nobody has ever seen. He's always living his little secret trick, and so I think if I would have to choose somebody that's going to win King of the Year 2021, it would be Jesse Richmond.
Right, Nick. I always think he's shit, but he isn't, and it's annoying because I always think I am always right, but then occasionally I'm not. I think there's a bit of a misconception with Nick because people think he's like this laid back, like, oh, he's such a joker. Look, he doesn't even care. Oh, yeah. But like, you can't win King of the Air and you can't be at the top of the sport like he is for this long without being a good competitor and caring. Like that heat he did with Liam was mental. I think he must have come out and gone like, Liam is gonna win this unless I take him down. So give me that 10 and I'm gonna go fucking massive. And he did.
Nick gave the world 1 foot of mega loops, and he's also given birth to the fin holding board off too, which looks quite a lot better and is a bit harder apparently.
I always underrate him and shouldn't, and he is no like idiot competitor. He's like a sharpened sword that's pretending to be a, don't know, like a breadstick or something. That's crap. Don't put that in. Ruben Lenton. He's been on the podium twice, so he's included in the Big Six, but he's never going to win King of the Air. He isn't. Not in boots. He's not. I'm sorry, but that's the way it's going. I know, it's horrible. Maybe in a few years, maybe in like 4 years, boots will be back because they'll need it for the landings when Megaloop KGBs and Mobes come back into fashion, but
I don't think you can win King of the Air without board offs at the moment.
It's crazy how many of those he must have done today. Seems to be the trick of the contest for him, and he sticks it, punching the air.
2 years ago, you know, you won the lottery if you landed those. Now, we're seeing so many guys land them.
However, Lewis Crathern might be an exception to this, in that he seems to be able to get crazy height, like he really comes into its own when it's high winds.
I think Lewis can win if the wind is over 40 knots, for sure, because he is one of the only guys who can do what he does and win that strong. So, yeah, I would not want Lewis in my heat if it was over 40 knots.
And his rotations are considered the creme de la creme at the moment. Look at this doobie loop he landed the other day. No one's ever managed to get the second rotation as it loops like he has.
So now he's become the first in the world to land a trick known as the doobie loop.
Liam Whaley. As we all know, I'm going to be making a statue of Liam when he does win King of the Air. He's got the height, not quite Kevin height, but it's still high. He's got the bloody, all the rotation shit, and he's got the passes, Megaloop KGB and the Kung Fu. I think he does his Kung Fu on the way in, which isn't ideal. He needs to do it on the way out, but surely he can do that. Liam's got it all. Don't let anyone tell you that he doesn't.
I'm pretty convinced Liam is going to do a good result this year. He did a bad result last year, and I know Liam is very, very competitive. So when he does a bad result, he doesn't just go home and chill. He gets like really, really pissed with himself. So this year is going to go like full on fire. He just needs that little adrenaline kick at the end when the wind is like super strong. And then he's got it because he's got the technical tricks, he's got the freestyle tricks, and the bigger tricks. And this year he's been training a lot the board offs as well, so I'm pretty sure he's packed and ready.
One thing I will say though is that Liam doesn't have any early board off rotations from what I've seen. Maybe he does, maybe he's been doing it in secret, but this is the direction we can expect to see King of the Air going in the next few years. These are going to be the tricks that separate the people that are going to win from the rest of the shit munchers. Which brings me nicely onto the next person, Mark Jacobs, who basically until the last year has been the only person that can even do them.
Mark Jacobs could win it, to be fair. Yeah, I know he hasn't been on the podium yet, so it's a bit of a ridiculous thing to say, but he is seriously good. In 2019, he did the world's first double back roll megaloop board off and a tic tac. Does that count? Spinning it with your handle, please. That surely doesn't count. The other thing is that he dropped 9 kilograms for the King of the Air, which I think is a testament to how much he wants it. He is really keen to win King of the Air. I doubt there's more than like 20-30 second periods in his day when he's not thinking, it'd be nice to win King of the Air. So he could win, and the other guy, the last guy that maybe could win, is Steven Ackersdyke. Steven, for some reason, I think he's maybe a bit dim, uses short lines, even though that seriously hinders him. And what is stupid about it is that he knows it. Look at this clip.
I actually think it's to my disadvantage, because I...
Well, why are you using that then? You, fuck's sake, Steven, do you want to win or not? Maybe he could use 2 kites within one heat, 4 minutes of short lines, 4 minutes of long. But then the way that Nick Jacobsen changed kites halfway through his heat made it look like that is just not a good option. Yeah, but he seems to be, he's got a really cool head. He gets his kite fucking low. He gets reasonable height even with those short lines somehow. So surely he could get mental height if he actually used the proper equipment. And he's got all the rotations down. He's got no passes though. That's the one thing that makes me go like, maybe not. But otherwise, Steven looks solid. Right, now we're going to go through a different section. It's called Probably Not, but Maybe. Yeah. And these are people that are completely unproven, but I don't want to look like a dickhead if I haven't mentioned their names in this video and then they go on to win. Okay. First one's obviously Yannick. Everyone's very excited about him.
Bro, let me clarify. The stuff that Yannick does in a free ride session, other guys don't even do in Kota. What he's doing for fun when he's playing around, the best guys can't do, even when they're trying their hardest and they're competing against the other best guys.
But for me, I think King of the Air competitors should be deemed like total chokers until they've proven themselves otherwise. And Yannick didn't do very well in that King of the Air he was in 2019. He only landed 2 tricks in a whole heat. And what is up with that? The thing is with Yannick though, he's not left foot dominant, he's better at going right. Which is why he's bought all these down loop, contra loop, dirty loop, whatever the fuck it's called. But maybe that will work. If he can combine his new technical stuff with loads of height, that'll be a winner, won't it? Or maybe he'll just choke loads. Who knows? Only time will tell. Jason's put Mad Max on this list. I think mostly to piss me off. He's an 11-year-old that can do boogie loops. He's quite good. Josh Emanuel. Everyone thinks that he does the biggest loops ever.
Josh, does the biggest, gnarliest kite loops.
So presumably if it was proper windy, like 40s plus, I think he might just clean up. He's not too much of a choke job, I don't think. He's got nice clear airways because he got to the quarters in 2020. He lost to Aaron, which was a mad heat. Go back and watch that heat if you can. I'll link it, don't worry, I'll link it. And then obviously there's like a whole bloody busload of young guns coming up the rear, but I haven't really mentioned them because they're still coming up the rear. Like, they're not going to win it in the next couple years. Anyway, maybe we'll see a rise in the big air discipline. I'm hoping so. Do you hope so? Of course you do. That's why you're watching this. Okay, that's enough speculation and bullshit rambling. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you to me as always. Goodbye. Bye everyone. I'm gonna fuck. Take that bit out.